Great rise, great rise, great rise and moonlights, beloved. You know who this is. You know what it is, right? It's girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate, and it is Melanated Monday. Let me give you a little something, something while we waiting on folks to come on in here. We're gonna have some chat tonight. Yeah. Y'all come on in here. Because we got some things to converse about. I'm gonna play this again. Okay, y'all know who it is. The one and only PE. Y'all know who this is. So you know that tonight we going in on some things, and I really, really hope that you all participate. I'm requiring you to participate in this conversation because we gotta have it. Enough is enough. We gotta have it. We gotta have these conversations. So if you paid attention to the topic, to the subject, to the title, it is Return of the Crow. Return of the Crow. And no, I ain't talking about the bird. So y'all come on in here so you can see what this conversation is truly about. Participate. It's time to get some answers. It's time to get some answers. Stop playing. What's going on, Yoster? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. Tell your folks to come on in so they can participate in this conversation as well. And I appreciate all of those who are coming in, who are here tonight. It's gonna be a different kind of way, I think. I'm gonna be quiet just for a second, just because I need a vibe for a minute. Public Enemy, just yeah. Y'all come on in. Just come on in. Yeah. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to what's going on, but yeah, we talking about it tonight. So again, tell your people come on in. You know, tag them if you're around them. Let everybody join in. We gotta have this conversation again tonight. The subject topic is Return of the Crow. We're not talking about the bird. We are talking about Jim Crow. Some things are going on in Mississippi that we need to be talking about. So we're gonna do it. So to voice my opinion with volume. Oh, come on in here. Who's here? I see some folks have arrived, but I don't know who you are. So make yourself known so I can greet you accordingly. Okay? Come on in, because I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on in. Okay? Come on. I'm like hyped now. I'm hyped now. I know some people have actually asked me to address this. I wasn't really prepared at the time when I was asked, but I'm ready now. So come on in. Again, tonight's subject is dealing with Return of the Crow based on some things that have happened in Mississippi. Why is that important? If you don't live in Mississippi, you shall soon find out. Come on in, join the conversation, get your folks to join in, tag them, whatever you got to do, call them up real quick. Come on in. I know y'all probably have gotten used to me being on at 7 o'clock. But again, I was only on at 7 o'clock because of football season. Football season is now officially over. We are going back to the original time of 9 o'clock for Melanated Monday. If you all prefer that I change the time, let it be known. It won't be 7 because that's a little pushy for me for work purposes, but I can do 8. But I'll put up a poll and see what you all think. Yeah, y'all come on in. Is that Racine? Is that my cousin? If that's my cousin, say something, girl. Yeah, bring that beat back. We're gonna just start that over. Just start it. What's going on, Keisha? That's what I'm talking about. Come on in here, girl. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yes. Yeah, I'm hyped. Get your people in here tonight. I'm telling you, This conversation got to be had. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes because we've got to talk about it. We've got to talk about it. Our mindset as a people, we're not getting it. We're not getting it. Things are happening. They're repeating, and they're repeating for a reason. Uh, uh, just come on in, because I really don't want to have to keep repeating this subject. I will, because y'all not in here. Like, I need you to be in here on time. Y'all not in here just yet, but I'm gonna give like a minute, one more minute, and I'm gonna start. Whoever's here, we're gonna have this conversation. Y'all, please stay with me. Stay with me, okay? I always appreciate those that show up, regardless to how often. I appreciate you for showing up. Um, what's going on, T Harp? I'm so glad you made it, beloved. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I was hoping you're gonna show up tonight, so I'm glad that you did. You see, I got PE playing because that's the mindset right now. You know, that's the mindset. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down so we can have a real conversation. So again, tonight's topic is Return of the Crow. And again, it has nothing to do with the bird, has nothing to do with the movie. It's not a sequel, but it is a repeat. So recently in Mississippi, there was a bill passed. I think it was House Bill 1020 passed that is referred to the Jim Crow law resurrected. Is being referred to as such. What's going on, Faith? Thanks for being here, love. I had an opportunity to look at it. Yeah, opportunity to look at it and get a little bit of understanding as to what is actually happening. Because we'll see something, we'll hear something and run with it and not get enough information about it to actually converse and exchange energies and solutions. So we're gonna talk Javaris. That's what I'm talking about. It's been a minute, loved one. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. So real brief, HB House Bill 1020 in Mississippi basically states that in this particular, I forget which city, so forgive me, but it's a majority Black city, that in this city, they're no longer allowing Black people to vote. What is happening is, of course, there's an uproar about it. They haven't hit the streets yet, I don't think. But the issue is that because it's a majority Black city, and all of the legislation, all of the anything dealing with politics, anything dealing with the police department, anything dealing with lawmakers is being solely governed by non-Black. It's completely white. Okay, the chief justice is white. The court system, the judges, all these people are white. The bill makes it so people, particularly Black people, cannot vote on who is going to be in these offices. It is no longer going to be an elected, any of them. They're no longer going to be elected positions. They will be selected positions. So whoever puts into a particular office, that's it. So what's happening is clearly all of these people of authority, if you will, are white in a majority Black city. So we look at that like, well, damn, if they're telling us that we can't vote, well, then, yeah, that's a resurrection of the Crow, Jim Crow laws. We fought for that. We died for that. This is that and other. I get it. Respect to those that did what they did out of what they knew. Here's my stance on some things. First of all, let's just talk about us. Let's talk about us first, okay? We have this habit. We have developed this habit of thinking like victims. We have accepted this fact that we are victims continuously and in everything, that everything is always done to us. We are always overlooked, um, underrepresented, um, just trampled on, disrespected, whatever. It's always what people are doing to us, right? We don't have rights. We don't have privileges. We don't have this, that, and the other. We don't have access. We don't have all these things that we talk about that we don't have that other people have or what they have access to. Absolutely. It's about the mindset. Well, we don't have access to what other people have access to. But here's the thing, what we fail to do that we have access to is think for ourselves. We have access to our own minds. We have access to our own mind. We have access to accountability. We have access to responsibility. There's a power in all of those things that we have that can't be taken away. They have to be given away. So, what we have done is set aside these powers, these strengths that we do have, and decided to play victim all over again. We want to say what these people, white people, or whomever, have done to us. They have continuously stripped us of whatever we feel, they have stripped us of or not allowed us access to. But we refuse to look at the fact that some things can only occur when they are allowed to occur. So when you look back at history, and we're gonna do a little time comparison, okay? When you look back at history as it's written, as we've been taught, it says that pretty much all, if not, well, yeah, most, if not all, of our ancestors were slaves. They were uneducated. They were poor. They were misguided. They were followers. Whatever it is, it's saying all of these things about our people. And we have accepted that our people were weak. Our people had no clue. Our people had no strength. Our people had no ability to think. Our people had no power. Our people were just sheeple. We're just being led. Just that. This is what we have accepted because we're being taught a certain kind of way, right? We have been conditioned to accept this his story that has been told to us in the way that it's been told, right? True enough, during certain times, certain resources were not necessarily clearly available. They were not readily available. They didn't have access to internet. They didn't have access to cell phones. They didn't have access to certain things. They didn't readily have access to just walk into a library and get a book and read whatever. A lot of them were unable to read. We know this, right? We know this to be a fact. Some of y'all in 2023 have the same issue. And so we digress. We're going to move forward. So we kind of give a pass, if you will, for those during that time. However, we've moved up many years, many, okay, where we have access to pretty much everything that we need in order to make sound decisions, in order to progress. We have access to it. So we can't keep saying, well, this is what these people are doing to us, because we have the ability to prevent certain things from happening. We have the ability to prevent parts of history from repeating. We have the ability to think for ourselves to research, to read, to be informed. We have the ability and the responsibility to utilize the resources that we do have access to elevate ourselves, right? To strengthen ourselves, to reinforce our minds, to elevate our knowledge, to gain more wisdom and overstanding and even understanding, right? We have these abilities and responsibilities, and we are accountable for that. So when we look back, or when we're doing the comparison of where they were or where we were at that time with what they had access to versus now, and we're repeating what we were taught about for many years, but we have access to greater things. Are we really a victim? Are we a victim? Are we being lazy? Are we conditioned to think like slaves? Conditioned to think like we're powerless? And I can't even say think like slaves, because you had a lot of those who were actually, that had the mindset, they had a mind to get the hell on, do something. I'm gonna die first. I might not be able to get up out of here, but I'm gonna die first. Or I'm gonna cut this here foot off and I'm gonna hobble my ass up off this plantation. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. They found a way. They underground. Some of them went literally, whatever the case was, they found a way. Okay. We have more access to things now that we don't really have an excuse as to why we are reliving history. There's no reason for us to be there except the fact that we still think the same way that we were conditioned to think. We gave up the power to think for ourselves, to read a book, to have communication with one another, to converse, to exchange energy, to exchange information. We can talk. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to text. We can talk. We can call each other on the phone. We can gather. We can go to a library for real and pick out books. We can sit there and read the books. We can take the books out, take them home and read them. We can have a book club, whatever it is. There's no excuse as to why we are in the same situations that we were all these years ago, when there was no or little access and or resources to fight against the circumstance. Are y'all with me? So what's going on in Mississippi again is that the white people have passed a bill stating that Black people do not have the right to vote on who is being put in these offices, be it the police, be it judges, whatever it is. They do not have the right to vote on who is being put in the office. So the whole election process has been eliminated, or is being eliminated. That's the bill. It has not become law yet. So there's a difference. It's got to go to a bill and then become a law. But the bill passed. Okay. So the thing is that they don't want Black people to vote or have the ability to vote to elect any official. So my question to you is, what has really changed? See, we've been taught that we must go vote, we must go register, we must pick, we must select or elect, I'm sorry, we must elect who we want to represent us. We must fight for the right to vote for who we want to represent us in the office, in the system that doesn't represent us, that doesn't include us. I want you all to hear how dumb this sounds, how unintelligent, how stupid even it sounds. Am I calling us stupid? Yeah, collectively, because stupid is a practice. You have to practice being stupid, right? Dumb, you can't help dumb. Ignorant, you can correct ignorant. Stupid, you practice stupid. So Yeah, I'm saying it out loud, out of my mouth. Collectively, we're being stupid. There's no reason to be here. There's no reason that this should even be a subject, but it is. Why? Because our mindset is still back in 19 whatever, or even 18 whatever, still back there. So again, in Mississippi, the bill is saying that Black people in particular will no longer have the right to vote on any official. That the whole election process, particularly for Black people, is being removed. It is being eliminated. But again, as I stated, this process is not new. We're still in it. Y'all think that when you go to the polls and you vote, that your vote counts because that's what you're told. Every vote counts. Sure, it does, just not for you, for us. And please don't think that it does. That's part of the trick. That's part of the lie. That is a misconception. Okay. Okay. I got you, Keisha. Um, but yeah, that's a misconception. There are certain parts, like as far as maybe like the state's rules, laws, legislations, whatever. Perhaps you have a little bit more say so in the state type things. But when you start talking about, the president, those, yeah, no, they are not elected as we're told. They are selected. They're chosen already. Please know this. This was even said out of the mouth of one of your presidents, Mr. Bush Jr., the one that had a little problem with his mouth, his communication skills. He even stated that they are chosen, they are selected, the next 15 after him, even, were already selected. They already know who's going in the office. Why? Because there is an agenda. Every um, term, there is an agenda that has to be completed, right? So during this term, you are responsible for blah, 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 blah. This is going to hold on until, however, you're going to be there for 2 terms. They think that you're going to be there for one. They think they're going to elect you in and or out. No, you're going to be here for 2 terms. And within these 2 terms, you are responsible for this, that, and the other. After your term is over, then so-and-so is going to be put in this office, and they're going to continue where you left off and then add on this, that, and the other. And it continues. Okay. This is how this process goes. And you can look it up, I'm sure. So the thinking that your vote matters, it doesn't. It never did, and it shan't. Okay. Um, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I'm sorry for those who have the "I voted today" stickers. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry if you didn't know. I'm sorry, but this is a fact. Okay. Um, there's nothing different. So when they're saying that we don't want you people to vote for our people, we never really did. This system is not for us. It's not about us. It's not going to protect us. It's not here to serve us. Okay? It doesn't give a shit about how we feel. It does not. It is not created to do that. Systems do not have emotions. Systems have designed programs to operate in a particular form to create a certain outcome, and that is it. That's it. Our problem as a people, as it has always been, is that we have this need to be included. Inclusion makes us feel empowered. It gives us a certain status, so we think. It makes us part of something great. It does not, okay? Especially when it goes outside of us. We keep fighting and dying and trying and dying to be included in something that we have no business being in the first place. How many times have I said this? We keep fighting to be equal, to be accepted, to be included in a system that is not created for us to be a part of, which is why there keeps continuously is a struggle for us within it. There's a reason why we are not advancing within this system. There's a reason why we don't have full access within this system. There's a reason why we are looked upon a certain way within this system. There's a reason why people want to make sure we don't have rights to do certain things within this system. There's a reason for it. We don't belong in it. I have said many times, instead of spending all of this energy and all of these feelings, all of these emotions, all of these tears, shedding all of this blood to be a part of a system that is created to rid you, it's created to rid you, to keep you enslaved mentally first, in order that it can put physical shackles upon you by finances, by education, um, you name it. Stop fighting to be included and do your homework, do your due diligence, do your damn work to get the hell out. I've said it many times. Get out. Did we not see this movie called Get Out? Didn't we? Huh? Okay. Get out. Stop fighting to be a part of the system. It's not for us. We have continuously been conditioned, and I can't say brainwashed because that, well, kind of brainwashed and muddied at the same time to believe that we need to be a part of this system. We need to be a part of them. We need to be included. We fought against being separated. We want to be equal with. I'm I'm confused. Because on one hand, we're saying that, we're powerful and everything comes from us. Nothing would happen without us. We are the foundation of everything. We create every other being, and we have made all of these inventions. And if it wasn't for us, then certain things wouldn't be, and blah, 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 blah. We're saying all of these things. We know these things to be a fact, and yet we want to be included in what, really? We want to be accepted in a part of something that is pretty much dependent on us. I don't get it. Help me understand. If I'm incorrect, somebody help a sister out. Check me. If I'm wrong, please check me. Please correct the sister. Say, Queen, you all wrong. You wrong. And I'll wait. I'll wait. If y'all gonna say something there, I'll wait. T Harp, am I lying? Am I wrong? Anybody else that's there? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, correct the sister. I have no problem being corrected. But what I see, what's going on in Mississippi has always been going on. For some reason, it's just being put to the forefront now. It's being made clear and obvious. You people don't belong. You people, y'all don't count. You people are not included. You people, stop fighting to be included with us because we just don't want you here. And here we are. But Massa, please keep us on your plantation. Massa, please, we's gonna be some good niggers. Come on now, stop it. Massa said we don't want your ass. We like, but please, Massa, take us anyway. What is this? Massa said, nigga, I don't want you. You don't belong here. Massa said, nigga, you don't belong here. And yet, we still begging to be someplace that Massa said we don't belong. Somebody help me understand this. Because right now it's got to, I know it sounds funny, but if you really pay attention to what's being said, it's not funny. He said, I just don't want to start our own, or we just don't want to start our own. They tried to they tried to take it and burn it down. Of course, but that's what they've always done. The thing is not that we don't have power, is that we don't recognize the power that we are. We don't utilize the power of unity. We don't utilize the power of communication. We don't utilize the power of education and information. We don't utilize it. We don't utilize the resources that we have called the sun and the moon and the trees and the water, where I go all the time. I keep telling you, recharge. It's about reconnecting to what we came from. This is not a joke. Reconnect to what we came from. Our whole vibrations and frequencies are off. We're not getting the downloads that we should be getting because we don't know, we haven't done what we need to do in order for that portal to be open so we can get it. I know I'm over y'all's heads, some of y'all, I know, but you're going to get it because you have to. You're going to have to get it. You're going to have to get it. It's imperative that we get it. I know I say some things and some of y'all just like, what the hell is she talking about? But what you should do is if you have a question about it, if you don't know what I'm talking about it, either ask me about it or go look it up for yourself. This is what I'm talking about. We have access to this information and we're not utilizing it. We have no business being here again. How many times is his story going to repeat itself? It repeats because the mindset stays the same. The activity stays the same. The conditioning stays the same. We haven't changed anything. Nothing. If anything, we've gotten worse in our thinking. Because instead of looking at what they're doing, and I'm talking about on the wickedness of it all, instead of looking at it and say they wicked as hell, what we do? Oh, I can be more wicked than that. I can do better than that. I'm gonna out wicked you. And that's written too. We want so bad to be included that we will do whatever they do and then try to outdo it just to be included in something that we ain't got no business in. Why? Because it's beneath us. I said it out loud. This is not where we're supposed to be. The tail is not where we're supposed to be. Borrowing is not what we're supposed to be doing. Asking permission is not what we're supposed to be doing. Going to someone else's grocery store is not what we're supposed to be doing. Asking for financial aid, government assistance, whatever, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Depending on their fiat, their money, whatever, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, you said agreed, get out, right? Revelations 18:4. Y'all look it up. Revelations 18:4. I might have to grab my book over there. I might read it to you. It said, the way it all began must be the same way it all ends, the very same. It completes the cycle of their racist time. Peace. Yep. It is very close to their end and they know it. Yes, sir. Big facts. They know. So what we're doing is basically trying to step in and save them by allowing ourselves to be their martyr. I'm not. I'm gonna die for you, sir. Master, I'm gonna die for you. I ain't. Mm-mm. No, no. I'm not gonna jump in and do none of that saving. I'm not. Why would you surrender yourself to something that's trying to kill you? Why would you volunteer yourself into your own demise? It's like genocide by suicide. Genocide by suicide. We can't even blame them. We doing it. Ignorance is doing it. My people perish for the lack of what? I heard y'all say it. Knowledge. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. And we got access to it. That's the sad part. We got access. If we need a book, we can go get a book. We need a change of vibration and frequency in nature. Go outside. What? We can communicate. We can seek each other as resources and get the information we need. We can eat the way we're supposed to in order that our pineal gland, third eye, is open to receive the information that we need. We have it. We can call upon our ancestors to activate within us. We are our ancestors. We are the physical now product of our ancestors. They went through everything they went through for us to be right here, right now. And you telling me we're going to do the same shit to go all the way back to the first one? I don't want near one of my ancestors come back to whoop my ass. How about I done told you, you done had all these generations to get your shit together, and now we going backwards? No, not me. We have no business being here. Get it together. I'm going to give you the number if you all want to call in 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. I'm going to go back in here and read some of these comments. What's going on, Devon? I see you, loved one. I appreciate you. And Miss Carla, thank you, darling. I appreciate you always. So past George Floyd bill now, okay. Let me see what else we got here. Lavette Woods, what's going on, darling? Appreciate you for being here. It's been a long time. Hope all is well. Let's see. And y'all, if y'all happen to see my background, I apologize. It's hella junky. I'm doing some things. Demetrius, what's going on, beloved? I appreciate you for being. Now I can't find my comments. I'll have to go back. They're there. That we need to make the system for us, Black taxpayers, matters. Okay. And see, okay, so let me say something about that. I'm gonna say something about two of those things. First of all, the taxes, if you all read your the I-9, the W-9, one of those tax forms, in the middle, it says, this is voluntary. The form that gives your employer the right to tax you, it says this form is voluntary. I bet nobody has read that. This form is voluntary, which means what? You don't have to sign it. You don't have to sign it. You don't have to give permission. It says so, but we don't read. Okay, moving on. So that's one part. And then the whole thing with the Black. We're not that. So again, in going into the definitions of Black and white, if you look at the definitions, all of them, the word Black refers to something that is without color, something that is absent of hue, a tone that I'm not. Every other definition of black refers to something that is wicked, demonic, nasty, unpure, evil, all of these things. You take these terms and you apply them to the characteristics of people. The term white refers to cleanliness and purity and holiness and passivity and all this time, all these kind, gentle words, these gentle things. But we keep saying we black. We all these negative things, all these aggressive things, all these violent things. This is what we keep saying. I think we fought to be called black, right? We black and proud. All of this, right? We black, according to definition, we black, we absent of hue, we um disruptive, we're violent, we're dirty, we're rapists, we're blah 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 blah, all this stuff. But we black, we're all this and proud. So we proud to be rapists, we're proud to be violent, we're proud to be dirty, we're proud to be shiftless, we're proud to be all of these things. This black and proud. Read, people. Please just read and get some overstanding as to what is actually there. What is it? What's being said? We only learn the first two definitions of every word we've ever been taught. The first two. The rest of them would be 100 of them. We don't know nothing about that. But when they're communicating, they're talking about they're using the definitions of the ones that we don't know about. Our language that we think we're speaking the same is not. We're not saying the same thing, even though the words sound exactly alike. It's not the same word. So that's a problem as well. Willie, what's going on, loved one? It's been 100 years since I've seen you. G-Man, what's going on, darling? Appreciate you for being here. Again, if anybody wants to call in, feel free to do so. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. Try to find all of these. Devon says, walked in and heard nothing but facts. That system is not made for us. Absolutely. My question to you all, what'd I do? Can y'all still see me? I don't know what I just did. Okay, there we go. Sorry. My question to you all is, what do you, based on the info, because I don't want to give you what you think and feel, but based on the information given, what are some solutions that we can do? One, to get out of the mindset that we're in, and two, prevent from repeating history. T. Harp says the income tax is definitely a voluntary tax. Absolutely. Everything that we do to receive money is not necessarily even income. Look up that word, okay? It's not necessarily income. Your wages are not considered income. Okay, moving on. So the question remains, what can we do as a solution? Put your thoughts together. Use your own mind. There's no necessarily wrong answer at this point. I just want to know what your brain, what your mind is processing based on the information that you're given, based on the comparison. You can look for yourself. You can research them for yourself. Think back for yourself. What makes sense? Because this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be having conversations about. How do we fix this? Because if we don't, the next move is they're going to find a way to physically bind us, to put us in shackles and hustle us off to these empty buildings that they have prepared or are preparing for camps. Camps and grave sites. I'm just saying. We so busy wanting to be entertained. We want to laugh at everything. We want to feel good. We want to do all of these things. And I get it. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you have to enjoy yourself. I get it. I overstand. That's to be expected. But your whole life can't be funny because the shit that we living in ain't funny. What we're dealing with, what we're faced with, is not funny. What is the agenda against us is not funny. As a whole, we are unprepared for what they have been preparing to do since forever. They've been practicing. This is what y'all don't know. See, they've been practicing all of this. This ain't no all of a sudden shit that keeps happening. They've been practicing, they've studied, they've researched, they continuously watch, they update information, they do all of these things. What we doing? We playing around, we smoking, we drinking, we laughing, we dancing, we having sex, whatever. They in the books, they making up chemicals, they making up machines, they making up us is they recreating us, all kind of stuff. They stealing us, all kind of stuff. And we just happen to show up on a milk carton. I don't know if they still do that now. Showing up on milk cartons and in newspapers or whatever, news for a couple of minutes and then it's gone. People missing. And when they finally find them, they ain't got nothing on the inside. All their parts gone. Why? How did they do that? And nobody saw this happen. Nobody sees these things happen, but they're happening. But we're not having conversations about them because we don't know they're happening until it's been said, well, so and so was missing, and we found them 99 days later, and they had no internal parts. Now we mad, but we weren't diligent enough or aware enough or caring enough to have conversations to put together some type of plan, some type of unification, a real organization. It's organized, a real organization to prevent these types of things from being able to occur. They're happening on our watch. We sitting back watching it happen. We're watching these movies and we're entertained by these movies. But what's being said and done in these movies is mirroring real life. This is what they doing. They telling you this is what we doing. And we're gonna do it in your face, and we're gonna charge you to watch it. You don't have nobody to ask no questions about it. We're gonna charge you to watch what we're doing to you, and you're gonna love it because it's gonna be fiction to you. It's gonna be a good movie. And because you're not a part of it, you don't relate. This is something that you see, you can talk about it. Ooh, that was cool. Damn, that was fucked up. Whatever. Go talk about it and go on about your business because your physical body was not a part of what you're watching. So you're disconnected from that. I get it. However, those ideas had to come from something. They came from somewhere. They're being implemented somewhere. Trust me, by the time it hits the screen, it has already been tested in real life. You better know. T Harp says, leave Babylon is the only safe place. Absolutely. They have been preparing for a long time to come against us, and leaving is our only option. How many people got a visa or a passport? How many people got a passport? How many got put your hearts up if you got a passport? I'll wait. Was that hug and thumb? Was that a you got a passport? If you got a passport, put up a heart. Okay, we got one heart, two hearts. So two people, three, including myself here, got passports. Four, maybe. How many people do you know, family members, friends, co-workers, or whatever, have passports, can get the hell out of here at any time? How many? We don't talk about this unless we just want to go on a cruise. We ought to be scared to get on damn ships. I'm sorry. However, how many people can just get up and go? Not many of us. We don't have this conversation. We don't see what all is going on. We're not paying attention. We ain't woke like we think we are. We ain't paying attention. What's happening in Mississippi has been happening forever. There is nothing different. It's messed up. It's messed up that now we know. It's messed up that it's in our face now. Now we can feel some type of way about it. But it's always been happening. Now we want to blame them for doing this to us. It's been happening. This is not new. We should be blaming us for not paying attention for what's been happening. The stuff that we read about, we should have been doing as we were growing up. We should have been preparing ourselves based on that information to not allow it to happen again. From the time we were growing up, where we were able to read, we should have been preparing from that time. This is what happened to those people, and these people look like me. And you keep saying that my ancestors were them, were these people that I'm reading about, my ancestors, people in my family, are these people that I'm reading about. I need to be setting myself up so it does not happen again. We don't think like that, though. We read a book, it's history, that's what they say it happened, okay, blah, blah. Write this down, remember for the test, and that's that. Completely disconnected, because it looked like fiction. It looks like past tense. It happened way back then. But they said this is your people, though. These are your people. This happened to your people, your ancestors. Maybe y'all don't understand what an ancestor is. That's connected to you in your line, in your bloodline, in your bloodline. They are how you got here. Your ancestors, those before you, they're connected to you. Whether you know them or not, whether you can call upon them or not, they're connected to you. Those people, you have them all up and down your DNA strands. They are you. They are me. We are our ancestors. We have a responsibility to make sure the history that they died for, were killed for, were raped for, were dismembered for, were barbecued for, were picnicked for, doesn't repeat. They were picnicked, barbecued, they were rotisseried. They were put on the grill and eaten. Yes, this is where your barbecue comes from. Don't get me started on that. Moving forward. You said, I told a lot of people 25 years ago that this day would come. They only laughed at me. Peace. Right. Exactly. Of course. Many people will continue to laugh or ignore it. Man, you tripping. This girl know what she's talking about. She crazy. Okay. All righty then. Let's see what else. What else we got in here? Said facts. We just need to make our own system and live in our own and prosper. Absolutely. He said the reason is greed, and the problem is we keep allowing this bullshit. Absolutely. We are greedy. We are greedy as well. Greedy and needy. What else we got here? G Walker, I saw you come in, loved one. I saw you. Appreciate you. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with this here phone, but I'm gonna get to you all's your comments some kind of way. I'll respond after the fact, I guess. But again, if you want to call, feel free to do so. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. So going back, what is happening in Mississippi? A bill has passed that is disallowing Black people to vote for elected officials. Okay, they are not being elected, they are being selected, and Black people have no say so in who's going to run their city, who's going to run anything. And it is a majority Black city. They are also being forced to pay taxes um, to support these systems, these legislations that are obviously and blatantly against them. They are being forced to pay taxes. Um, I would suggest that you all go back a few shows ago, starting with when I see what was it? The first part of the series about the lies. I can't remember what exactly I called it. The myth behind the truth or something like that. Go back and watch those. Go back and watch those. They are also available on YouTube. If you can't find them on Facebook, you can go straight to my YouTube channel, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Goddess is Godis. God is Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. YouTube. Go back and watch those. See what's been said. Put the pieces together. We've been here for 7 years. 7. Y'all can go through these videos and just start putting the pieces together. Put them together. You've been given information. I don't speak because I like to hear myself. I do, though, because I go back and listen to it. But I don't speak for that purpose. I speak to give you the information, to be a watchman, to warn you of things to come so that you are not affected or infected by them, because they're going to happen. They're going to happen, or they are in the process of happening. You have been given warnings. If you take heed to the warnings and prepare yourself according to the information, not how you feel about the information, but according to the information. Prepare yourself according to the information. You just might be all right. So God's people will always be a target of the wicked. So if we remain here, it will be fire that will be upon Babylon or the sword of our enemy. Absolutely. Get your damn passport. People are making their way up out of here. They are making their way up out of here. Wickedness is everywhere, so there's no running away from the wickedness. However, here's another thing you got to pay attention to. We look at how outsiders come into our neighborhoods and buy up all the land, buy up all the property, and shame on us. Excuse me. But they come in and do all these things and move us out, right? They build up the area, move us out. What we don't consider, though, we mad because they moved us out and we can't afford to be there. We mad about that. But here's the thing, and I just want you to think about it. If something was going to be plotted out where a mass of people needed to be addressed at one time, what's the best way to do that? I'll let you think about that. Okay. What we consider or what we see as solely negative is not necessarily that. Things happen the way they need to happen, but you have to be aware and just very connected to why things are happening. We're disconnected spiritually. We see things on a carnal level, on a physical level, and we respond, we react to what we're looking at, how our carnal mind understands. Our spiritual mind will over and understand it, but we don't use that. We use the carnal mind. Okay. So we see things as something that is affecting us, that is causing harm or uh, discomfort or whatever to us, instead of saying, okay, but everything happens in duality. Everything happens in duality. There's, the yin and the yang, the ups and the downs, the black and the white, all of it. Everything happens in duality. So if we're being moved out of where we've been, if we are no longer having access to what we had access to, if we're no longer able to vote or participate in certain parts of this system and blah, 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 why are we fighting to get it? It's a reason for this, not solely because they wicked, because on the opposite end of wicked is righteousness. Where do we fall in on the righteousness part? Look at that. See, we don't know how the Most High work, right? We don't know how the Most High think, because we think carnally. We don't have the mind of the Most High. We don't know what's going on, what you don't. We don't know. We can't plot that out. We can't think that way. So we don't know what's happening. We just know something's happening. But there's a purpose in everything that's happening. It's not to destroy us. That's never been the goal. It's not to destroy God's people. That's not the plan. I'm not here to destroy my people. I got to save my people. But they're destroying themselves because they don't know. And they don't know because they don't want to know. And they don't want to know because they have disconnected themselves from me, because they want to be like something else that's lesser than they. I'm just saying. We're in the situations that we're in because we're in them. We're in them. We volunteer. Please put me, coach, put me. Me, put me in. Let me play. I want to be I want to be the batter. Let me do it. I want to be in the game. Coach, put me in. Master, I want to be in the field. Master, put me in the field, master. Yeah, that. Most High got a plan. It's always something bigger than what we see. There's always a bigger plan. Our job is to over and understand that it's a bigger plan. There's a bigger purpose. Most High uses the wicked for the purpose of righteousness. Uses these people, your enemies, as a footstool to elevate. This is what I'm talking about. All these things that are happening, the thing even that's happening in Mississippi, you think God don't know that this is a majority so-called black city that's happening in this particular area? You think that's unknown? Oh, this is what you want to do? Oh, okay. Since this is you people's plan, let me go ahead. Get my folks up out of there. Because once you get them up out of there, I got all y'all's asses in one space. This is me talking, okay? I'm just saying. You trying to get all my folks up out, bet. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to let you do that. You wicked as hell. And I'm speaking on behalf of Most High, so excuse me. In my way. You wicked as hell. And I know this. I'm going to let you move my people. Yeah, they're going to go through some stuff. They're going to be uncomfortable. They don't know. They're going to have some doubts, all of this. But I'm going to let you move them and put all your folks in there. Do that. Thank you, matter of fact. So when all y'all get there, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. But you got to think. This is what I'm saying. Think beyond the circumstances. Stop being in the mind frame of the history that you've been taught. Stop refusing to be accountable and responsible for how you think or don't, the actions that you take or don't. If you do nothing, you will get nothing, or you will get the same thing you've been getting. If you don't like it, then change it. I tell people all the time, if you want something to be different, you have to change your mind first. Change your mind, you change your circumstance. Change your mind, change your circumstance. Change your mind, change your circumstance. Everything that you're going through that you think is a trial is not necessarily a problem, is not necessarily trouble, is to change you, is to cause a transformation. You have to be changed. You got to go through the fire in order to be changed. You got to go through all of this water, through the storm, in order to be cleansed. These things have to happen. Change your mind. Ain't woe is me. It ain't that. I'm in this storm. Okay, you got wet. And when you get out the storm, you'll be clean. And you'll get out the storm. So what, you wet right now? So you made of this element. Take it in. Change your mind. It's a practice. Just like being stupid is a practice. Change your mind. One more time before I get out of here. If you want to call in real quick, 770-906-5271. Again, tonight's topic was Return of the Crow, and that was return of the Jim Crow laws, okay, which is going on in Mississippi. The bill has passed stating that so-called Black people, will no longer have the right to vote on elected officials, because they will no longer be elected officials. They will be selected officials, which is fine. They were always that. This is not news. This is not news. But what you need to do, what we need to do, what we need to be in preparation for, and I mean actively preparing for, is getting the hell out. Get out. Get out. Get out of this system first. Then get out of the system. Get out of it. We got to stop dependent. See, this is the thing. People say or believe that we're no longer in active slavery because we can choose to do, right? As long as you're in the system that is ran by them, by massa, as long as you're in the system, you're still a slave. Because you can only do what massa give you permission to do within massa's system. You think massa gonna give you permission to destroy his system? Do you think massa gonna give you the key to his riches? You think massa gonna give you land? Gonna just give you some land? You think that? Not the case. Let's see who's calling. Great rise in the moonlight. You have reached Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. How can I help you?
Hey.
Hey, baby. How are you?
Well, I appreciate this topic because I told people about what they did in Mississippi and they said don't believe it. I couldn't believe people don't listen to certain things some people say. Like I was lying to them that they passed the Jim Crow bill.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and they was like, "No, I don't see it." They looking. I said, "Google it." Then everybody like Googling something,
right?
So I said, "Google."
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm calling to say I agree with you on everything, and you said what we should do. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we should make our own. We have to go somewhere and borrow and trade with each other.
Absolutely.
Use our own money, our own resource.
Absolutely.
But see, the thing about that is weird. Because you see what they're trying to do with the man with 100 acres. They're trying to take his land.
Of course. Always.
So when we get something, they use their stuff to take from us. That's what I was saying on that post.
Oh, okay.
And I'm wondering where, because every time we get something, they try to come. Mm-hmm. Like you said, they've been practicing shooting and everything else. Sorry to say it that way.
Right.
But we're not supposed to say that. They've been practicing. Their kids know how to shoot.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Look at them. Look at the ones in China. Their kids are taking down weapons. They got a weapon training in school. Mm-hmm. They know how to take down and dismember guns. Right. My child don't do that. Right. Theirs do. Right. Ours don't. Right. Some people teach their kids, but how many of them then it is us know how to do that?
Right. Exactly.
So what we need to do is get together and grow and do our own. But we're. Right. That's the problem.
That's one of the problems.
We all saying the same thing.
Right.
That we need to buy and, sell to each other.
Right.
But we're.
One of the that's one of the problems, and that's absolutely certain. The main problem is the mind. I don't know if you remember, there was a time where they had this giving program set up. I can't remember what it was. It was dealing with the flowers. It was a whole little thing. Everybody
put yeah.
Okay.
They had what's that when they were doing that garden, that inner city garden and stuff like that, when they was trying to pull resources teaching us how to grow and stuff. That's
I'm talking about it's a program where people will put money in and like it would rotate. So every week somebody would get a certain amount of money.
Oh, I forgot what was the name of it.
Yeah, I can't think of it. But the idea, the concept of that was dope. The concept was dope. Everybody would put in a certain amount of money, and every week somebody would get the pot.
Move up like earth.
Right. Every week or every day or whatever it was, somebody would get this pot. As long as people kept putting in, everybody would get it. The concept of that was super dope, and it would have worked, but the mindset of our people failed it, because you have people who set up these systems and their mind was, I'm gonna get all the money I could possibly get and I'm gonna get on, right? Or some of the people who would put in, they would put in their money, get their money, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't continuous. They didn't keep it going. It was all about me, and now we, us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. But the concept would have been dope. So the problem is not that we don't know how to do things, is that our mind won't allow us to do it. We keep looking at each other as an enemy. We keep dealing with each other as the enemy. We were taught that. You know what I'm saying? We were conditioned to look at each other as the enemy. Willie Lynch programming did that. It showed us, it told us that everything and everybody is your enemy. If it ain't you and you, everybody outside of yourself is your enemy. So we view each other that way subconsciously. You my enemy. What you trying to give me? You trying to get this and that? Why should I give you? Well, you know what I'm saying? But let it be somebody out of our nation, somebody in a whole different culture. We ain't got no problem giving it to them. No questions asked.
I hear that all the time.
We got no problem.
I hear that all the time. Mm-hmm. Like when they need something done on their house, like I'm gonna go get somebody else.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go over here because they don't rip us off.
That part. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of mindset we have. Is that
I agree with you on
that part
I agree
was
with you on a lot of all the stuff you were saying, and what I'm saying, they are testing Jim Crow. I told people I think they're testing Jim Crow over there.
Of course.
To see how many other places they can do.
That's what they do.
I don't care if they do Jim Crow. I told them I'm fine with them stuff.
Okay.
We was much better off.
Exactly.
So if they want to do it, allow them to do it. But we need to put our bill saying we okay over here. You stay over there. And we can do the counter stuff.
Yep.
Even if we don't want to use they system, just leave us alone. We have our own system. We don't have to worry about your money.
Right.
We got our own.
Absolutely.
That's how that's what we need to do.
That's what it used to be.
But we're.
Yep.
Because now they trying to take stuff from us. That man have 100 acres of land, and then people are arresting him, torturing him, doing all that to him.
That's crazy. And
so
why is he not being protected?
We trying to help him. What can we do to help him keep his
That's what I'm saying. Why is he not being protected?
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Why is he not being protected? If we know this is what's happening, why are we not protecting him? Why are we not standing up with him? Why are we not doing something? Because the mindset is, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, it does.
You know what? And that's what the mindset is.
Yep.
Like, and people are turning their head. That's in your neighborhood.
Yep.
You don't. Well, we are taught that way, like you said. We are taught to mind our business. That ain't got nothing to do with
me. Yep.
And that we was taught that a long time ago. Before we would stand up with each other. But now, it ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
Mind your business.
Yep. So, that's it.
Because that's what people say when you do try to help them, though.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's the conditioning.
Because you will help one person. It's just like you said. The mindset of people that everybody trying to get over on it. So they scared to even allow themselves to do anything different.
Right.
And we was taught that through our generations of don't believe what that person, we was taught that. And everything that we know, we was taught.
Right.
So.
Yep.
And we go into their system, we go into their thing, and remember that day we had that doll, remember the doll? How the kids were saying the
black and white doll? Yeah.
That's all in the same thing still going on.
Yep.
Because they say, well, our school's a bad neighborhood. Every time you put a negative thing on us, that's what it's going to be.
Right.
As you always know, you say words to spell. So every time you say we bad, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, I don't know. The key word is we're. I'm ready. We're.
Okay.
What we going to do? I got my skills. I can bring my skills. If we got electricians, they can come. I will. That's what I want to know.
Absolutely.
We never own nothing. I got a house, and now I never own this house. I never own the land. So where?
Right.
Where we can go where we don't have to pay taxes and they can take our thing. Where we can go.
So here's the thing, Keisha.
Pay somebody.
So here's this. When we do know, we can't broadcast it. See, that's what we do. We find out and then we want to broadcast it. We want to put it on Facebook and TikTok and shit. Okay, and then wonder why we done got attacked because you done broadcasted what your move was. You done told everybody what you about to do. They didn't do that. They don't do that. They don't tell you what they about to do.
No, they'll do something. You be looking at this, and they hand be doing something else over here.
Absolutely.
Like, they actually snuck that through like they do all the bills and laws. They'll make something happen, and then they'll sneak a bill through.
That's what I'm saying. We're not paying attention. We're easily distracted.
All the people, I've been telling people like, I've been telling people about the voting thing. I never did like that. And I'll say, they already know who's going to win. They're like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, they do.
Right. Yep. They've always known.
They do. But see, we appear to be, what they call it, crazy, conspiracy people.
Yep.
Atheists, we can get called every name in the book.
Yep.
But what I was writing on the culture part, everybody somewhere else worship their ancestors. Do we do that?
Not at all.
We scared of our ancestors.
Oh, right. Right. Yeah. We're told it's witchcraft.
If our ancestors come and talk to us right now, we'll be scared and try to throw holy water on.
Right, because we're told it's witchcraft. It's black magic and all this kind of stuff. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
But every other culture, some cultures keep the dead and be sitting up on a certain day.
Yep.
And talk to them.
Absolutely.
Dress them up.
Okay.
So that's the difference between us. We are lost people, and we still lost. We don't know our ancestors. We don't talk to our ancestors. We don't believe that they can help us or guide us this way. So when we learn that, we'll be better off. Absolutely. But I still don't know where we going because I'm ready to go.
Okay. So the thing is,
that's our issue. We got to go on our own.
Yeah, we got to listen. Okay, so here's the other part. Because we have to listen to the God that's within. We are also taught to seek God outside of ourselves. We're waiting on some man to announce when, where, how, and who we supposed to do. We hear God in our own voice. Period.
Agree with you. Now I'm feeling you on that.
Okay.
Look, I'm in the choir sitting there singing with you.
Okay. Yeah, we got some things to do. Yeah. We got to heal. We got to do some healing. And the first part of healing is recognizing the illness.
That you hear when he speak to you, it's gonna be your voice.
Absolutely.
I don't told plenty of people when my hand got injured, something said, relax your hand. It didn't say it in no deep voice.
That's what I'm saying. It sounded just like you. Exactly.
And I saved my hand.
That's why I say when I talk about God, and I talk about God in the masculine and feminine, and I say he, she, because we have a tendency to not acknowledge the feminine part of God. How do you not? There is a feminine God. There is a masculine God. There is a divine masculine and a divine feminine. If you saying God is my voice, I ain't no man, no matter, or male, no matter how deep my voice is. I don't hear no man talking to me in my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear that. I hear me. So we have to acknowledge the balance, the masculine and the feminine. God made us in the image of God, male and female, masculine and feminine. We forget that part, you know. So if the balance, if we're not in balance, then we're gonna keep, dealing with things the way we've been dealing with them, and is out of order.
I don't understand why they can't get it that it's both.
Because we've been taught
the yin and yang. Everybody say yin and yang. What is yin and yang?
They don't know.
You got one and the other.
They don't know.
Light dog, it's got to be a female and a male.
Right.
It's got in all your batteries. It's a positive
and a negative. Exactly. Right. But they don't never show you a God that look like a woman. They don't never show you Jesus. Look, they don't never show you this so-called image of Jesus and Julie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't show you that. They show you one white male.
We all know what that is.
Facts. But this is why I'm saying why the feminine is not recognized.
That James Bond song, it's a man's world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But he would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Just like them Sphinx over there actually was female.
Yep.
And they put the nose off where it could look like whatever.
Right.
So, yeah. They do not show us as any kind of light or any kind of thing, because most of the cultures in certain places, the woman is behind the man.
Correct.
So we'll never get the recognition that we're supposed to.
Oh, yes, we are.
Continue being a man's world.
I'm telling you, the shift is happening, and it is the rise of the woman. It is the rise of the feminine. It is her time. The divine feminine must rise. The divine feminine must rise because the masculine, and we just talking about the energy, fellas. So don't be mad. This is not about that. The masculine energy has done too much in the negative. The masculine energy in itself, the energy, this is what I'm talking about. The masculine energy in itself is without feeling, is without remorse, is without compassion, it's none of that. It's just get it done, get what you got to get the hell on, whatever. It's selfish, is whatever. It's just that. The feminine energy is completely opposite of that. It will still get things done, but it has compassion. It still has power. It has strength, but it has a softness. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's different. So it's time for it to be balanced out now. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the feminine to rise. It's going to happen. We're in the process of that. You're going to see more feminine things happen. And it's not about putting one against the other. We've done that far too long. It was never needed to be that.
That's where it's going.
That's where they want it to go.
That's where they're trying to go. That's why you see every time you get on something, somebody talk about this kind of woman, that kind of woman, don't mess with this. They try to divide us left and right.
Yep.
And the words of some, why can't we just all
get along? Right, but just us though.
I know.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about
right.
We were on the discussion.
Exactly. Yeah, just us. Yeah, that part.
Yeah. So me, I would love to be with us.
Yep.
And I could explain to people I've been wanting us for the longest. Yep. I don't even have no desire for that.
Okay.
Because I don't even know what it is. Because I'm different.
I hear you.
So I'm sorry to say, I would love our people to get back together. I love us to know what we is and what we not. But everybody third eye. Everybody ain't in another. Everybody ain't on a certain level.
Right.
So that's where we need to be.
Indeed.
We have to find a place where we can put everybody that's on a certain level in that level.
That is correct.
And communicate together.
Correct.
So that's why I say where, and how we can do this.
Right.
Do we make a dating app that have people with the eyes?
Girl, nah.
That's what most people do.
Nah, can't do it.
We don't have to tell them that we using it for something else.
Can't do it.
Make a dating app.
It'll be figured out.
Everybody that's open.
It'll be figured out. It'll be figured out. No, it can't be nothing electronic. It can't be.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope.
So, what we gonna do? Smoke screen?
I don't know, but look, what we ain't gonna do is talk about it on Facebook. Okay, that's what we ain't gonna do. Or YouTube. That's what we ain't gonna do. So we have to start listening, like I said, to the God in us, because we're being given instruction if we just pay attention.
I'm gonna stop talking.
You're good. We got to listen to the God in us. We're being given the instructions.
You know, I see your eye expression on the thing like, I got you. I communicated with you in a telepathy.
Right. I hear you. That's what's up. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm gonna let you go back on your thing. I was just saying when, how, but we will figure that out next year.
You go look. Just pay attention. It's being told to you. It's gonna be told and shown. Just don't question it. Just move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be dipping over there and be like, should I, shouldn't I?
Right. Just do what you being told to do.
Okay.
Yeah. That part.
I got my spirit guides, honey.
Okay, exactly.
Let them tell me.
That's correct. Girl, I
appreciate y'all.
Things I can tell.
This platform, I always do, and I enjoy calling in and talking to you.
I appreciate you, darling.
It's always a good thing to get together and communicate.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't agree or disagree.
Right. Absolutely.
This time I agree with you.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad.
All right, young lady.
All right, love. We'll talk soon.
Talk to you another time.
Okay, love. Take care.
I'm going to let somebody else get on.
Okay.
Or you might be getting off.
I will be in a few minutes, yeah. But if they want to call, they got an opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, honey.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. See, Ms. Carla says, one thing about these evil leaders... these evil leaders and people, most of them steal enough from the government, drugs, etc., to make sure that their third and fourth generation are fed well. That's a fact. Yep, they made sure they folks are taken care of. We don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. Keisha says again, every other culture honors their ancestors, but yeah, we don't do that. What Mississippi needs to have the federal courts to redeem on this mess. They might, but even if they do, it's still a temporary thing. You got to remember, anytime people try to do something to advance themselves or advance their people, and it goes against what the majority wants, there's retaliation fitting to happen. You can guarantee that there is going to be retaliation. And the thing with that is our people are never prepared for retaliation. We wait to be retaliated on and then cry about being retaliated on. So that's another issue. Saying righteousness is the only place that we can be heard of. I'm sorry, righteousness is the only place that we can be heard of God. Absolutely. Yes, Levette. Great to see you as well. Let me see what else we got here. I'm sorry about this thing. Let me just hold y'all for a moment. I'm sorry. It's gonna hold you so I can read the comments. What's going on, Tamika? I didn't see you there, loved one, but I appreciate you for coming. I don't know what's happening. Like every time I touch it to find the next comment, it jumps back somewhere. DJ Mooney D was here. What's going on, loved one? Luke Cage, thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you both. Zay Lily, what's going on, love? I appreciate you. There was more people here than I knew. Couldn't even see it. You say, how does these racist jackasses become leaders of major political seats? They get put in the seats by other jackasses. They're selected. That's how. That's what I'm saying. They're selected. Did you see now? Okay. Let's see. What's happening? Maybe that's the last one. That might be the last. That might be the last comment. Zay Lily. Okay. All right. If anybody else wants to call in real quick, because I'm going to make a left. 770-906-5271 is the number. 770-906-5271 if you want to call in before I get off. Again, the subject is Return of the Crow. Jim Crow, that is. We were talking about what is happening in Mississippi as far as a bill, House Bill 1020, I believe, being passed that is removing the rights of Black people from being able to vote for any of the officials in their state, be it in the courts, the police, whatever. They're no longer being allowed to vote for them. My question was, what's the difference between what's always been happening? It's nothing new. Is this being presented? It's being more put in the face. It's always been that. We have just been taught and made to believe something contrary, so we could have some emotional attachment to the idea of winning. Okay, we did not. Okay. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns before I make a left? Again, if you would, I would suggest that you all go back to YouTube, to my channel, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Goddess spelled Godis, and go back over in particular where I start the series of, I think it's the myth behind the truth, something like that. Start watching those. I think it's either 2 or 3 or whatever it is, but watch those. Start there, and that may give you some idea of where we are right now and why. But start there and just make your way back. But check them out. Say it's their last and desperate attempt at holding on to power. It definitely is. It definitely is. They know they're about to be up out of here. They're going to do everything they can before their exit. Okay. That's why I said you have to pay attention to everything that's happening in duality. Okay. It may appear to be one way, but there's always something else. There's always another reason. There's always another side to it. Okay. It seems like it's uncomfortable or it's not fair or whatever, because we keep wanting to be included in everything that we're trying to be separated from. We keep throwing ourselves in the midst of the bullshit and we're trying to be removed out of it. Pay attention. Sometimes things that look like a curse upon us are really blessings. And this is what I'm telling you, got to pay attention. You have to be more connected. We got to reconnect spiritually. We have to. We have to reconnect spiritually. We got to reconnect to our creator. We have to reconnect to nature, every part of her, all of it, the trees, the grass, the water, the air, everything, all of the elements. We must reconnect with her so we can hear how she speaks. We can feel how she moves. All of that. We'll know, we'll have an understanding and an overstanding as to what is actually happening and how to move, when to move, where to move, and even if to move. Because sometimes we're called to just stand still. The word says, be still and know. Be still and know. Don't think. Don't hope. Don't pray. Don't worry. Know. Okay? That's an absolute certainty. No doubt whatsoever. Know it. Okay? Reconnect. We know the answers. We know what to do. The first thing we got to do, well, the second thing we got to do once we reconnect is change our minds, change how we think. All right, loved ones, I've said all I can say pertaining to this. Okay, so keep everything that has been said to you in mind. Please know it's all information, it's for your good. I come to you as a watchman. I am only responsible for giving you the information. What you do with it is totally up to you. Thank you. Thank you, loved one, and good night to you as well. Peace. What you do with it is totally up to you. But for your own good, I would suggest that you do something with it. Okay, take heed. Thank you, Miss Keisha. Enjoyed you as well, loved one. All right, beloveds, you know what it is. I'm about to be out of here, but I love you on purpose, with purpose. I will see you again when I see you, and when I do, peace.